excited to be joined today by Lance Green, who is the outsourced VP of Sales at Xceleration, and he has his own company, Core Advancement. We're going to be talking about sales, tips for success, pitfalls to avoid, and so forth today. How are you doing today, Lance?
I'm doing well, Andy. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. I always love talking sales and marketing. You know, it kind of gets my juices going. So I was really excited to have you on with me. So just kind of to kick things off, where were you? What happened? What inspired you to do what you do today?
Well, thank you for the question. We all have those moments in our life that we feel drawn to make a change. So I was in the corporate space for many years. I was a vice president for a publicly held company in the oil and gas sector. Had been in that place for many years, and then transferred into business development role later on. But what happened, Andy, is that I started, as I looked in that accountability mirror, as I like to call it, every morning, I found myself growing tired a little bit of the corporate space and wanting to be able to impact people on a more individual level. And that is when I came across the company I'm aligned to, which is Xceleration. So as you mentioned, I'm an outsourced VP of sales for them. And we work with small to mid-sized companies that are not industry specific. So what drew me to them and why I wanted to exit the corporate space is that I get to help those companies that are struggling, or sometimes they don't know what they don't know, as the old saying goes. And I'm able to assist them in the sales aspect of their company to put the infrastructure, the accountability, and the discipline in place to have revenue growth and sustainability for them as they grow their company. So the move, or what made me change to that, as I just spoke to, was that I wanted to help people in different spaces, and I didn't really necessarily want to be tied to the corporate arena, if you will, as I had been in the years prior. So it really drew me to Xceleration. It's a really great company, been around for about 12 years. We have a presence across North America, Canada, and China. It's 164 advisors, which is what they call us. As you mentioned, Core Advancement that you see behind me is my LLC, which is essentially just a billing entity that we utilize with our clients. So I engage directly with my clients in my practice. And we have just a expansive knowledge base behind us for people that have been in a variety of industries like myself, that I'm able to pull from, use their platform, their experience, and their knowledge as I engage with my clients.
Very good. Well, it's exciting to move into a space where you can help, people individually. And I've been in both. I've been my own business owner. I've been in corporate, but it's fun. It's fun and rewarding when you can help people achieve things and achieve their goals. On that front, you've been in business development for a long time. What are some of the top 2 or 3 mistakes to avoid that you've seen based on your experiences?
Well, I think the one mistake people have is anytime you start your own business, or whether you're even in a position that you've been for a while, is that we all have dreams and we all have goals and we all have objectives. And I think the mistake some people will make is giving up on those too early. I'm really, faith-based, and I believe that your priorities in life are God, family, and your job. And if you keep those priorities in line, and if you have faith in that, don't give up on your dreams. But to have your dreams, you got to have goals and you got to have objectives. So there's things that come into place for that. So the mistake that you don't want to make is not having those and having follow through to ensure you accomplish those. So that's one of the mistakes. The other mistake is always treat people the way you want to be treated. That's a very simplistic statement that I've used for many years, in that it's not complicated in life and business if you just look at it and treat your clients, your friends, your contacts the way you would want to be treated. So, and then always honor what you say. So I don't want to say that's a mistake, but that is a follow-through item. If you say that you're going to meet a deadline, and if you say you're going to complete a task for a client, do it.
Right.
Unfortunately, it seems so many people will fall through on that. Say, well, they won't mind if it's a day or two late. I'm not wound that way. So you can ask my wife of 20 years and my family and friends. If I say I'm going to get something done, we're going to get it done. So those are some of the pitfalls, I would say, not only from a sales perspective, but from a life perspective as well. Just follow through on things and make sure, because your honor, your integrity, your word, your reputation, that's what carries you through in life. And if you tarnish those or damage those, then it's going to have a bad impact on you moving forward.
Totally agree with those, the golden rule. And then you also, one of the things I think you've said there is you have to have a pillar. What's your why? And it's got to be more than just make more money, So, yeah, if you treat people really well and you have a good foundation, I think it's extremely important. Totally agree with that. So on the flip side, what are some of the top success secrets that others can model from?
Well, my successes that I've had, and I've been in sales for over 20 years, is building relationships. So I always come into, whether it was in my previous position as a vice president or business development role, or my current practice that I have now, is building those relationships and that trust. Like I alluded to a moment ago, people want to do business with people they trust. Mm-hmm. And you have to have that relationship and you have to have that trust. I would say over my 20 plus years, I would say 90% of my past clients or customers are my friends. And it just is based on that fact that people want to do business with people they trust. And you build that trust by building that relationship. So in my practice and the clients that I engage with, it's pretty much relationship based. It's not transactional based clients. So I really drive that point home and be sincere about it. Don't just go through the motions, if you will, about saying, hey, let me do this, let me do that. Following through with that to ensure that you get everything done like you say you're going to do.
Right. Absolutely. Yep. Follow through is extremely important. And we have a methodology we use called the 2V to 2R ratio. It's double value to risk and resistance. And it's all about relationship building and delivering value. And, if you do those things, your business is bound to grow, if you do that. So how can we support you? What are you working on? How can we support you?
Well, I think it's just like with your practice, Andy, as you and I discussed, it's referrals. So my clients come to me through my referral network, through other clients. The best way that you can help me is just getting the word out, just letting people know who I am. Discovery conversation with me doesn't cost anything. We have some tools that we utilize. A sales agility assessment that we utilize at the onset as a call to action for clients to be able to essentially look in the mirror at their own process and give some points about how we can help them. So that is something that I think we can use, and for you to just help spread the word about outsourced services. It seems to be kind of a new model, especially in our market, about utilizing outsourced services, because I have in my ecosystems, I like to call it outsourced or fractional CFOs, CMOs, bookkeepers. And the benefit to that is that people get the expertise, the knowledge of all of us, but on a fractional basis, and not having to pay that six-figure salary and all the benefits that go along with it to get, the knowledge and experience that we've all gained from over the years. So back to the question, it's just getting that word out, educating people on what we do, what our practice is, what the outsource model looks like, and how we can help them. I always look at it as I never try to put a square peg in a round hole. If it's something that I can help and it's a good fit for my clients or the people that I come across, then let's roll with it. If it's not, then it's not. I never try to force something that's just not the right fit for somebody.
Right. Absolutely. And in recent years, I've used outsourced bookkeeping, marketing services, even sales, fractional sales. So I've seen it work. It works, and so I like the model. I think it's growing by leaps and bounds from what I'm seeing. So what would you say overall about your experience of booking and coming onto the show?
Well, I love the fact of being able to meet you, I like the OU in the background, so that's a perk. But nonetheless, it's just another opportunity. We're always looking to expand our networks, to meet more people, to help. We always view it as a servant attitude. So Sales Xceleration truly is a servant attitude, and we help our referral partners. And then that will lead us to our clients, where we can then help our clients grow their business. So it's just a positive. I like the atmosphere that you have. Congratulations on what you've accomplished in your career, in your life, and in your podcast as we're doing right now. So the benefit I see is just a great opportunity to gain another person within my network.
Absolutely. Networking to me, I think, is just vital in sales and business development. Your network is pretty much everything, So what would you say as a final word of advice for others out there in this whole world of sales, business development, so final word of advice?
My final words of advice, and I think I'll quote Samuel Jackson on this, that dreams without goals are just dreams. So
Right.
If you have dreams, set your goals. Your goals require objectives. Your objectives require checklists. So it's a waterfall effect. But my parting words to that is simply, dreams without goals are just dreams. So set yourself up in a position to be successful, and utilize and surround yourself with people that can help you be successful. All the successful leaders across the world are not successful because it's just them being the hero. It's because they've surrounded themselves with other people that have skill sets to help them be successful and grow.
Right. Absolutely. Totally true. Seen that throughout my career. And Lance, I really appreciate you coming on with us today. It's been great. You've shared a lot of awesome nuggets of knowledge and insight. So thank you for coming on with me.
Thank you for having me on, Andy. I greatly appreciate it.